Hey, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. I have you updates on what's coming on with this monster storm, and it is a monster storm. It is bringing literally tropical cyclone impacts on a lot of people. Plus, we still have that severe weather threat that's coming right after it, and I'm showing it's getting even worse, guys. Now, I have all your details for you. Remember, all links are in the description to help save you time. And I've been seeing a lot of people say stuff like 30, 40-foot waves. You're not getting 40-foot waves. But I will go through your updates on what you do have. I even seen people bluntly say, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, if you like analytics, you like details. Sometimes I go into too much details, but it's okay. I think details is very important. But I'm going to explain to you why you're not getting a lot of snow and why the storm is going the way it's going to go, guys. So if you like the update and you love the information I share with you, please share this on social media. Help others know what's going on with this storm and why they're not getting the major snowfall impacts. There will be some, but it's not going to be for a lot. And right after this storm pulls up to the northeast, bringing y'all severe weather impacts, we will have this upper level low in the southwest that will continue to come to the south and bring severe weather for February 1st, but it will get worse as it goes from the 2nd all the way to the 4th. Now you can see in the fresh run this morning as we go through Friday evening, and as it goes towards the northeast, it misses your benchmark. And if a lot of you don't know, there's actually a benchmark to have a proper nor'easter, and it is east of southern Jersey and the Pennsylvania line all the way to Cape Cod. So you need your surface low right here to get a proper snowfall for everybody in the northeast. And so far with the update, it's not going to happen. It's going a little bit east of where it needs. So since it's a little east of the benchmark for the GFS, it's going to be less snowfall for Delaware, Pennsylvania, Jersey, and it's going to start being more for the northeast. And I'm going to explain to you why that's pushing over like that. As it intensifies and goes north up towards Maine, still bringing a lot of snowfall to a lot of people, but a lot of y'all are not getting snowfall. And as we go into February 1st, we do get this front that comes down, we get a surface low, and we get severe weather. Now you see a lot of ice, you're going to see a lot of freezing rain. I'm not going to go through those totals because that is hard to predict. It is still a little too far away. But you can see there is more people getting snowfall with the first system, and then when the second one that punches over a little bit more south and east, you get a surface low on that one, and there'll be a lot of freezing rain and severe weather and snow coming with that one as well. Now, I do expect this to push over a little bit. If you saw my video yesterday, you understand a little more of what's going on. And you can see with the updated run that the major snowfall is barely going to hit the northeast, and I'm going to show you why. And then when the next storm system comes by, it is bringing major snowfall for a lot of people as well. Now, some of this is showing that it could go into Texas with some very good snowfall. What you're getting now, what's going to be coming is maybe about an inch or two, but this could be more southern according to the Euro. GFS takes major snowfall all the way from the central U.S. all the way to Wisconsin on the next one, and I expect this to move some, guys. And the latest run with the GFS takes your snowfall ratings very light for the northeast because it pushes over, and I'll show you why. And whoever's going to get major, where we're talking 8 to 9 inches or more, is eastern Long Island, Rhode Island, eastern Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Boston is still the hitbox for everything that's going to happen. You're going to get all the impacts. Southeastern New Hampshire and southern Maine just still getting the feet of snow. An updated run on the winds shows that it's still 35 to 40 miles per hour as it goes towards the northeast, and it'll pick up to 50 and then get to 60 once you get by Rhode Island around towards Boston and the coast of Maine. That's the highest so far. Everything else is east side loaded and in the Atlantic. Now, just so you know, everybody that's getting snowfall all the way from Delaware all the way to Maine, you got at least 35 miles per hour wind gusts on at least of the scenarios, and all you need is 35 miles per hour wind gusts to start getting blizzard warnings and effects, guys. So it will be blizzard conditions for people in the northeast. Now, the Euro shows the same thing, except it shows a little bit different on the benchmark when it goes to the northeast. Right there, when it starts getting a surface low, it is a little east of the benchmark of Cape Cod all the way to the line of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And so it's almost getting a proper nor'easter for everybody. It's just a little bit east of where we need it to be to get the proper heavy snowfall. And Euro sees this as well. On the 1st through the 4th, we're going to be getting severe weather, 2 storm systems, bringing freezing rain, snow, and heavy rainfall for some people. And this one takes it all the way into Texas with snowfall and freezing rain with this cold weather, guys. A little too far away. I will update you on that. It's just a little too far to be excited or worried about that. As it goes up to the northeast and brings the severe weather all the way until the 4th. Another note to add, GFS sees that it's 2 surface lows that forms up and becomes a lot of severe weather. Euro takes it to where it's just 1. It transfers its energy from Arkansas down to Louisiana, then it carries on. GFS is showing us 2 different ones. And not only the first snowfall in the northeast, which is almost on the right benchmark to get y'all proper nor'easter according to the Euro, getting maybe an inch or 2 of snowfall for Texas, and I believe it could be a couple more. I'll show you who it's going to be. But when that second one comes down, Euro confirms that it will be major snowfall with it. You see it takes it a little more south and east, and it actually puts Texas in more of a chance for snowfall. Oklahoma, all y'all getting a potential snowfall. It's a little too far away to confirm, but it is a potential. And with the surface low, according to the Euro, a little more west of that benchmark than GFS, that is still a little too far east, guys, but it's a little more west, and it does bring major snowfall a little bit closer towards the northeast. However, I believe what's been keeping this to the east and northeast is still going to be there, and it's not going to be these impacts. I believe the Euro will update to what, like the GFS is showing, this is further away. And it's all because of a simple little upper level low, guys. But Texas is still a little too far out. I know some of y'all want snowfall. Oklahoma, it is showing y'all have a good chance, according to the Euro, to bring y'all some snowfall. It's just a little too far away to be sure. It's literally 8 or 9 days away. And the Euro agrees with the GFS a little more, guys, as 35 to 40 miles per hour wind gusts all the way from Maryland, Delaware, all the way from North Carolina, all the way up to the northeast. And it still shows the impact is over here by Cape Cod and Maine for the worst of it, with everybody else getting 50 and 60 and maybe 70 miles per hour wind gusts for East Long Island, Rhode Island, but get worse as it goes towards Boston. And so far, it has y'all around hurricane force wind gusts in the 70s with 80s in this white and 90s over here in the Atlantic. Just be aware, it has tropical storm strength, guys, and even hurricane force wind gusts. Now, a tropical cyclone, it has all the damaging winds around the center. A nor'easter, all the winds are broad and really wide. It's not really close to the center. So that's the strength of a tropical cyclone. However, it's different with a nor'easter. It just is going to be broad. So that's a good thing. Otherwise, it would be a lot worse if this were to be a tropical cyclone. So we can see a little bit further with the NAM in a little better detail. So as we look through the NAM, and we noticed that at 3 p.m. on Friday, you started getting snowfall. 6 p.m. it starts getting heavier. But as it goes into Friday evening, it shows there's a chance for snowfall for South Carolina, North Carolina, before it goes into Saturday and starts dropping the snowfall for the northeast. And you can see how it takes it to the benchmark, and it's almost on the benchmark. It's just a little bit east. It needs to be right here to be a proper nor'easter, and it's just a little bit more east. That's why it's a little less over in this direction. So here's the latest shot. Saturday morning, early morning, as you go towards noontime, it gets up towards the benchmark. Benchmark needs to be right here for the proper nor'easter. It's a little bit east and south, but it does keep heavy snowfall going all the way towards New York and really high up towards northern New Jersey. A lot higher than the GFS is showing, but it's still going to be right on the edge, guys. But you can see literally how the major snowfall barely hits anybody like the GFS is showing. It is heavy snowfall, but a lot of it is staying into the Atlantic as it crosses over because it's getting pushed over by a simple little upper level low. In North Carolina, South Carolina, it shows you have a chance from Columbia on to get an inch of snowfall and get more towards 2 inches towards Myrtle Beach and start getting heavier towards the coast towards North Carolina of 3 inches plus, with major snowfall for North Carolina more towards the Delmarva, northeast North Carolina, and southeast Virginia, still bringing the major impacts. Literally cutting a line of a little bit of snowfall, 2 to 3 inches, to major snowfall right across Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Jersey, and you see how northern New Jersey not getting a lot, central getting 1 to 5, but southern getting major. New York getting very little and getting 1 to 5 inches for Long Island, get 7 plus for eastern Long Island, and Connecticut, Massachusetts, very little bit. Rhode Island, 1 to 5 inches, and the main of it going towards Cape Cod. Now, we can't see further down this line, but I expect this is just to follow the course and be right on the edge of Boston and then Maine. NAM is also agreeing with the Euro and GFS that it will be 30 to 40 miles per hour wind gusts as this passes by and change over to 50 and possibly 60 towards the northeast. But you see how it's less than the Euro and about the same as the GFS, a little less than the GFS as well. It's showing that eastern push, and I'm going to show you why. Now, National Weather Service do have all y'all in minor impacts in this yellow, start getting in a moderate in this orange, and the major impacts will be in this red area towards Boston and towards Maine. You can see how you're in minor impacts for North Carolina, Virginia, starts getting into moderate as you go towards southern Delaware, southern Maryland, central to southern Jersey, get into the moderate while you're in the minor on the west side of you. Then from New York on to Long Island into the moderate, eastern Connecticut, eastern Massachusetts into the moderate, west side is in the minor. Rhode Island, you're going to be in the moderate to the major. It's going to start getting heavy for you and heavier towards Boston, just like the NAM was showing. Also all up Maine and New Hampshire. Southern New Hampshire, you're going to be in the moderate, while you're in the moderate to the major for southern Maine. Now remember, this link is in the description always. It's weather.gov. It's very easy to go to. It lets you know all your alerts, and you do have your wind chill advisories in all this blue. That is leaving by 9 o'clock this morning. But you also have this for Texas as well. You got winter weather advisories. Like for Indiana, you click on the link, it tells you your watches, your warnings, your wind chill advisories for your area, and when you can expect this to go away. If you scroll down, you also have over here by National Weather Service what you can expect as far as snowfall, when this low precipitation is going to come through, and what your temperatures will be, what all your warnings will be from National Weather Service. Plus Texas, they do expect you to get some of this snowfall from this precipitation. Most of it is going to just move right over Amarillo to 1 to 3 inches. So good for Amarillo. Normally it is the panhandle of Texas that gets it, but that second storm could be more southern, guys, so I will update you. But they do tell you on that page who's in the warnings and what's the advisory for your area. Plus, it does give you a radar, so you can watch the snowfall, the precipitation come through your area, and you know exactly when it's coming. Now let's get into a little bit of the analytics of why you're not getting this major snowfall. Now this is by the GFS. This is when the storm starts to move up towards the benchmark, right where we need it to be to get the proper nor'easter for everybody. And we started getting this upper level low right over the Ohio Valley. And as upper level low builds, it pushes the storm away. And it keeps it east, and it's all because it is simple upper level low keeping the storm away. Now, if this upper level low was a little bit further south, it would swing it into the corner. And that's what the Euro was seeing. That's why it was doing that northwest push. But now the upper level low is starting to become prominent in all these models, and it's showing that it will push this east. And the difference with the Euro is as it comes in, it starts getting upper level low over the intercoastal northeast. It gets an upper level low right over Michigan. And this swings this low pressure around, but it comes a little bit late. And it's already doing heavier impacts before it goes up to the north towards the benchmark and gets that east push from the upper level low. And it misses the benchmark just a little bit. But it does bring heavier snowfall. So really, it's all predicted by an upper level low, guys. And as we look at the ensembles and to see what's going to happen, you can see right here, the top left, this is your controlled member. This is the most likely outcome. But these are all your ensembles. And as it moves up, it does confirm that it will start going north, but then it'll get pushed by the upper level low. Then it'll start going east, northeast, getting away from that benchmark, going east of that benchmark. But look at the strength. It gets it down to potentially 958. And the impacts is right here on this green, guys. It's not going too far inland on the impacts. It is going east, northeast. Even when you look at all the ensembles, they all green. This is at least going to be a 960, guys. A lot of them is in the 50s, but the average is 958 as it continues to go east, northeast, and go away. And one of the issues that it does have is not only the upper level low that usually it would be swinging it around, but the position of it is actually pushing it east, northeast, is its sea surface temperatures. Your temperatures is not strong enough to keep this rapid intensification coming towards you. That's why it forms later after it gets out of the mid-Atlantic. This color right here is 70 degrees, this dark orange. And you need it to be at least 70 to keep a tropical cyclone to keep growing and get some rapid intensification. And you can see how the waters is just too cold on the 29th as it moves through. It starts building up some sea surface temperatures, but it's a little late. As we go into the 30th, it's passing by. Then after it passes by, then it starts warming up into the 70s for that area for some kind of intensification into the 1st and the 2nd, and the storm is already gone. So this dark orange, these 70s that's needed as it passes by, is not there as it passes by, and it's just too weak. And the water is not warm enough to get 70 degrees. And if you look, according to National Weather Service, what the sea surface temperatures will be as the storm passes through, it's going to be in 18 degrees Celsius, which is 65 degrees Fahrenheit, guys. Then as it goes towards the east-northeast, getting pushed by the upper level low, it's going to go all the way down to 16 degrees Celsius, which is actually 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know people told y'all you're going to have 40, you're going to have 40-foot waves for the northeast. Guys, this is the maximum wave height according to the Euro. This is like saying, oh, the coldest temperature possible on the worst case scenario. This is not going to happen. And the truth is after the storm moves through, it's going to be very small amounts for a lot of people, except for around Boston. But you can see for the northeast, you can see your wave heights here, very minimal. The yellow gets into 10 foot, and that's well offshore. Just be careful of undertow and such. But as it goes into Sunday, then it goes into the Boston area before it leaves. And the highest so far for the Boston would be a little bit lighter than this dark shade. And that dark shade is around 14 to 16 foot waves. And so far the update is you started getting 11 foot waves by 9 a.m. on Saturday. And as we continue to go through noon, then it starts getting heavier. Then as you go to 3 p.m. on Saturday, then you get maybe 18-foot waves along the coast towards Boston, with its worst being at 6 p.m. on Saturday, being into low 20s. Just be aware. Cape Cod, you could see high 20-foot waves. That's about it. Over here by Long Island, maybe 10 to 11-foot waves as it passes through. And your worst time will be all the way till 9 p.m. on Saturday. Then it'll start milding down as it goes through Sunday. And it's not over yet. I'm still showing that the severe weather threat is still a growing threat, guys. And we're all the way on the 1st. We started getting our surface low right here, pulling all this tropical moisture up. If you saw the video yesterday, as it forms up, bringing severe weather. Now, it's going to bring storms to Ohio Valley, but you don't have lightning in the storms. There's just going to be a lot of rainfall. The severe weather and a potential chance of tornadoes will be in the south as this grows from the 1st for the 2nd. Potential ice, I'm not going to do the totals, it's too far. Potential snow, heavy rain as it goes from the 3rd all the way to the 4th. And this is going all the way to the northeast, all the way to the east coast. I've been talking about this severe weather event for a minute. So please be aware, we do have severe weather coming right after this nor'easter. And you can see on your shear that on the 1st, it's not too bad. You're going to get some thunderstorms. They're going to go up to the Ohio Valley. Then as it grows for the 3rd on 6 a.m., then you got a strong chance with some strong thunderstorms, guys. A lot of lightning as it goes across the south and the southeast, all the way up the coast. You can see that here on the 2nd. You get a lot of lightning storms. Then as it goes towards the 3rd, then it really intensifies for the south. A lot of lightning storms as it carries across the southeast. Intensifies right there over northern Florida as you go into Friday and moves by. So we do have a couple weeks of weather, guys. We have the nor'easter this weekend. Then we got severe weather coming next weekend. And it's bringing thunderstorms right across the south to the southeast. Total precipitation right now from this nor'easter. But once we go into the 1st through the 4th, according to the Euro, your precipitation is going to really add up. So you need to still watch out for flash flooding all the way to the 4th. Heavy rainfall. And it's still too far away, but we're talking 2, 3, 4 inches of rainfall all the way to the Ohio Valley, with a couple inches going into Michigan as well. And some of this is going to be snow. And even the precipitation for Texas, some of this could be snow according to the Euro as well, as it goes across the south and southeast. A little bit heavier for the deep south than it is for the southeast, but I will keep you all updated. GFS sees this storm as well, and the snowfall and the freezing rain, but it don't take it as far south as the Euro. It takes it across Ohio Valley as it goes from the 1st through the 4th. You get that second surface low on the 3rd, and that continues your freezing rain and your severe weather all the way to the 4th. So we do have 2 more storms coming potentially after this nor'easter. And precipitation from the GFS shows the same thing as the Euro. It's going to be heavy precipitation. It's just the area is a little bit worse. And this is more believable because since it's still a few more days away, it's going to move further east. But this is major precipitation that's going to be falling with these storms. And look at that color right there. And that is the update so far this morning, guys. So let other people know. People are wondering if they're getting major snowfall or not. And I can't see people out there explaining to them why. All they're doing is showing the impacts from the models, and a lot of them are saying, I don't know, bluntly. That's pretty cold. And for all the weather enthusiasts, make sure you look for that upper level low. If it was a little bit further south, it would swing it into the northeast, and y'all would be getting those impacts that we saw the other day. But since it's further north towards the Ohio Valley, it is going to be pushing this east and north. So you're not going to be getting it because of an upper level low. How about that? Now, before you go, one last thing. I know there's, in these times, a lot of things going on, and not just with the weather. I want to clarify a few things for you so it puts you at ease a little bit. Matthew 24, 1 through 21. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. Amen. God bless you all. Hope you have a very blessed Wednesday out there. Help share the information, guys. Let people get alerted of what's going on with this storm and why they're not getting the major snowfall they wanted. Upper level lows. All power, all glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob, our Father. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for visiting my channel today.